Hi, how you guys doing? This is Rich from Rich TV Live, and we wanted to talk about the market melt up, which has started here in 2019. And the question is, will this continue into 2020? And will we have another huge week next week in the stock market? I've been making predictions. I've been talking about 5G stocks. I've been talking about cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin. I've been talking specifically about cannabis stocks, and I believe that 2020 is going to be an incredible year for the overall markets. I believe there will be a market melt up in 2020 like never seen before. We can ride companies like Apple. In 2019, you could have rode Apple. We're talking blue chip. You could have rode Apple and made a killing on Apple in 2019. The question is, what are you going to be doing in 2020? Are you positioning yourself in 2020 for the market meltdown, which is coming? We've had an amazing, magical 2019, with the exception of, in some instances, cryptocurrencies. Even though they've had a big run, they've come back down. 5G and cannabis stocks. Will the cannabis stocks, will the 5G stocks, and will Bitcoin explode in 2020 with the overall market, which is starting to get to the point where everybody's talking about the market? Everybody's got an opinion about the market. Everybody now is an expert on the market. Anybody who has an indicator thinks they're an expert on the market. People that are new to the market think that because they can use an indicator, they know more than people that have been in the market for many years. Everybody needs training when it comes to trading. Everybody needs education when it comes to trading. Everybody needs education when it comes to investing. How you guys doing? How you doing, Armando? What's up, Rain? Internet Thug TV. You guys think the market melt up is coming? Because I think it's coming. Get ready. And it's not just me. It's not just me, man. There's a lot of experts on the street in Wall Street that are predicting a market melt up in 2020, and we need to be ready. Are you ready for the biggest year of your lives as investors? Because it's coming. 5G stocks, you guys know it, man. Nokia, let's keep talking about it, man. We're going to keep talking about it, and we're going to manifest until it happens. Hey, Oscar, how you doing? JG, hola, amigo. Ready to have an excellent week. I think we're going to have an excellent week. We have a lot of catalysts coming. Despite the fact that we're not far away from Christmas, I believe we have a lot of catalysts coming. Anthony Russo says the weed sector stunk in 2019. It was terrible in 2019. But that also creates an amazing buying opportunity for 2020 and beyond. So the question is, how are you positioning yourself for 2020? Put 2019 behind you and ask yourself, what are you going to do to take advantage of the market melt-up of 2020 and the cannabis stocks resurrection of 2020, the resurrection of Bitcoin in 2020, and the resurrection of 5G stocks in 2020? Because it's coming. It's coming. And I believe in order to really maximize from this opportunity, the market melt-up of 2020, you need to diversify. You need to diversify. I'm talking cannabis stocks. I'm talking cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. I'm talking 5G stocks, and I'm talking broader market stocks. Stocks like Facebook, stocks like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Goldman Sachs, Apple, Tesla, Facebook. These are companies we need to be looking at every single day. Google, Amazon. These are companies we need to be looking at every single day because the market melt-up is here right now. Right here, right now, the market melt-up is here. Small cap Canadians getting no love. Yeah, that'll change. It's all just a cycle. It's just a cycle. How you doing, Infinite Possibilities? Rain Band says, my plans at the end of the year, acquire Nokia, cut all my loss on MJ stocks, and buy more growth tech stocks. Hey, diversify. Sounds like a good plan. You guys are both Aries? Nice. Infinite Possibilities says patience is a virtue in the market. I can feel it coming. I think it's going to come for the best companies. I think it's going to come for the best companies. I don't think you can expect that companies with no profits are going to do well. We need to invest in the best. The best is blessed. It's true. And we need to bless ourselves in our portfolio with the best. Joshua says, just curious why it is called a melt up, since things that melt go down. Well, a meltdown is when things go down. So a melt up is the opposite of a meltdown. That's why it's called a melt up. Yes, Infinite Possibilities brought up the big elephant in the room. Cannabis 2.0 is launching on Tuesday. I believe this is a huge catalyst, even though nobody's talking about it, despite the fact nobody's talking about it. I believe this is a huge catalyst for the sector, whether it happens tomorrow, whether it happens Tuesday, whether it happens in January. The reality is this is the beginning of more revenue for all the cannabis companies in Canada. We're talking edibles revenue. We're talking cannabis-infused beverages revenue on the balance sheet starting Tuesday. Not everybody's going to start on Tuesday, but a lot of them will, and that's additional revenue on the balance sheet, and it's happening. Anthony Russo says the MLB is huge. Yeah, the Major League Baseball deal is big. Matt Hancock says, mark my words, CannTrust license has been renewed in one of its facilities. News drops this week. Oh, I hope you're right, bro. I hope you're right. Anthony Russo says, it was all over the web after you mentioned it, Captain. Hey, man, we just like to be first. We like to be first. Infinite Possibility says, what's everyone smoking tonight? I got some White Widow in my bowl. Sounds good. Infinite Possibility says, believe will explode. Believe? Verge Society says, yo, Rich, wanted to know what you thought about the Australis merger. You know what? I haven't even looked into that yet. I've been so busy. I haven't even looked into that. What do you think about it? Do you like it? Infinite Possibility says, I found a cannabis company on the TSX 005. Which one? Anthony Russo says, more countries, the better, I think. Rain Band says, Rich, is buying semiconductor stocks worth the 5G? Depends on the stock. Depends on the company. If it has good fundamentals. Don says, hey, Rich, how you and everyone doing on this eve? Hope good. I'm doing great, brother. How you doing, man? Did you get on the bike this weekend? I'm sure you did. Verge Society says AUSAF and Folium merged. I got some shares in AUSA. Well, I mean, probably going to be a good thing, right? Probably a good thing. Internet Thug TV says buy dividend stocks. Great advice. Upswing Trading says Santa rally should start next week, following week at the latest. I called the bottom November 18, 2019. If you guys look at that date, November 18, 2019, you'll actually see that was the bottom. We've already come up from the bottom, and I believe that we've already turned a corner, and I believe that we are in for some incredible growth. Not just the cannabis sector, but Bitcoin, 5G stocks, cannabis stocks, and the broader markets. The broader markets are up dramatically across the board. The S&P 500, the Dow Jones, the TSX, they're all up in 2019. Everyone wants to focus on cannabis stocks, which is good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with focusing on cannabis stocks. It's a new industry. It's very exciting. I'm excited about it too. I'm very heavily involved and invested. In 2020, I'm going to be way more diversified than I was in 2019. And not just diversified with investments, but diversified in the ways I invest. In 2019, it was more just buy and sell. In 2020, I'm implementing Forex trading, options trading, Bitcoin trading, gold trading, silver trading, oil and gas trading into my portfolio, into my basket of tools and tricks and ways to make money. So I'm excited. Already today, I've made money buying and selling Bitcoin. And I already made money buying the GBP versus the Japan. If you guys are buying and trading Forex, the Great Britain pound is strong today versus the Japan. If you look at the indicators, it is running, and I've already taken a profitable trade today there and on Bitcoin today. So it's nice to be able to trade, when everyone else isn't. I like that. I enjoy that. Ross Fleming says MLB, then NBA, then NBA, then NFL. Let's go. It's all going to come. They all smoke cannabis. I mean, if you're taking shots to the head, you need something to relieve your pain, and cannabis and CBDs is the one of the best natural ways to do it. So why wouldn't you allow them to take cannabis? It's not like cannabis is going to help anybody hit a baseball. Cannabis is not going to help anybody do anything better when it comes to sports. So I don't see any reason why you wouldn't remove it from banned substances when it comes to sports. It should be removed. Anthony Russo says more stores coming to Canada this week. Yeah, it's big. Do you think we will see a spike from hype? Yeah, I mean, there's always a possibility. Don says, did you hear about KSHB? Yes, I got your message, bro. Thank you, man. I love KSHB. It's always been one of my best picks. I think it has a ton of potential, and I think it's a company that we need to be watching very carefully, despite the fact that it's being heavily shorted, heavily attacked, heavily sued by the shorters and their tactics. But hey, you know what? Their tactics give us cheap stock, right? So they exist in the marketplace. They have a use. They have a purpose. Bert says, we haven't seen the explosion of mainstream weed. We haven't. On my phone right now, I'm trading right now with my trading academy with a program called MetaTrader 4. I can buy Bitcoin. I can buy tons of cryptos. I can buy, because there's ETFs trading cryptos, and there's institutions trading cryptos now. I can buy gold, silver, oil and gas. I can buy stocks. I can buy Forex. Forex pairs like the Great Britain versus the GBP, the US versus the Canadian versus the US. I can trade up, I can trade down. They don't have any cannabis stocks yet. That's how early in the game we are. Big institutions are not involved yet. The big institutions are not involved yet. We're so early to the game. We're so early to the game. Jay says, Ontario finally getting its head out of its ass and getting rid of the lottery system and opening it up. It's about time. They wanted to control it and make sure it didn't get out of control. JG says ACCR. Verge Society says it's going to be halted for months. Oh, is it doing one of those RTOs? That's crazy. Wendy says, hey, Rich, love Wendy. She is too cute. Yeah, I love her too, man. She's awesome. And The Rich Millennial, it's a new show that we just created. So I'm pretty excited about that too, to be honest with you. Eric says, do you think MedMen will continue going up? I think that's very likely. They are positioned in America to be one of the top players in America. Why wouldn't they go up? Yeah, we got 39 people here and 11 likes, man. I don't like that ratio. So please, guys, if you want to stay live, hit the like button. Otherwise, I got to go anyways. I'm going to a Christmas party, and I'm going to make some videos from there. There'll be about 200 people there. That's part of our trading academy. Love to have you guys join the trading academy where you guys can learn about trading and get more tools and training and support and education and be able to actually have live mentors that you can copy trade from. Because I think everybody needs help and more training when it comes to trading. I think trading is very difficult. I think it's overwhelming for a lot of people. And I think more people need training. And the more training they get, the more successful they will be. And that's myself included. I'm going to continue to educate myself and train myself as an investor, because I feel like the day that you stop training yourself, the day you stop educating yourself, the day you feel like you've learned it all is the day you stop growing, and is the day that you stop really developing your chance of getting better. So if you want to improve and you want to get better, you need to find different ways to educate yourself, and you need to find different ways to keep yourself motivated and keep yourself learning and keep yourself excited. Did I get my Christmas shopping done? Yeah, pretty much. Rich, you should do a stock pick contest video. Yeah, I'm down to do that anytime. I've been calling that for ages. Anyone wants to go head to head and call picks, we can do that anytime. Oh, when do I think High Times is going public? I don't even know if High Times will go public. I mean, High Times is having a lot of issues right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about High Times. I can't control High Times. They're having issues with debt, and that's one of the most iconic brands in the cannabis sector. So it's sad to see that they're unable to actually raise capital. I know part of that has to do with the fact that in America, banks can't invest in cannabis stocks. So it makes it very difficult. So hopefully with the Safe Banking Act getting at least voted positively at the House level, we're going to see more positive momentum towards legalization of cannabis when it comes to banks being able to invest in cannabis companies. That will help companies like High Times raise money. David says, OGI, the more it falls, the more I buy. Bullish. Yeah, I'm bullish on OGI too. I love them. I love them. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you. Where can you sign up? I'll give you a link right here. I'll share the link with you right now. So yeah, the market up is coming. It's already started in 2019. We had around 20+% growth in all the major markets across North America. I mean, that's just outstanding. You can't get much better than that. So as far as an investor, we need to all collectively take advantage of this momentum because it's going to continue. This momentum is not going to stop. Wow, that's pretty good. 23K from a $30 book. No, books are good. I mean, you can learn from books, you can learn from courses, you can learn from others, you can learn from just experience. But at the end of the day, we don't spend enough time educating ourselves about investing. We don't, and everyone needs to spend more time educating themselves when it comes to investing because you're playing with money. And it's very difficult to tell someone don't play with emotion when you're playing with money, because money is one of those things that makes people very emotional, more emotional than anything else. So it's very difficult to tell people don't have emotion. Don't have emotion when cannabis stocks are going down, right? Obviously, people are going to be emotional when they're investing and they're losing money. This is why we need to diversify and get involved in everything. That way, if you're invested in a sector and it's down, it's not, more than 10% of your portfolio. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, because if you're all in gold and then gold goes down, then your portfolio is going to take a hit, right? If you're all in cannabis and cannabis goes down, your portfolio will take a hit. If you're all in cannabis and cannabis goes up, your portfolio could explode. But if you're diversified, you give yourself a better chance of winning. Sorry, I haven't shared the link yet. I apologize. I'll get you that link 1 second. So I'm going to be going to the Christmas party right now with about 200 traders. And literally, like, my phone is going off because trades are happening right now. And I'm just like not even paying attention. But it's already been a good day on a Sunday. I've already made trades successfully on Bitcoin, and I bought the GBP versus the Japan. So if you take a look at the GBP versus the Japan, you can see the indicators are all pointing up. And it's been a good run. I mean, that last time I looked, it was just shooting right up. Made a nice trade. Self-education will bring you wealth. It's true. Yeah. Hey Tree says venture still at December 2018 lows and CSE index at all-time lows. In my opinion, most stock listed there will see most growth in the next 90 days. That would be nice. Upswing Trading says trade intraday. Don't hold overnight unless you're waiting. You're willing to hold for 2+ years. I don't know about that. I mean, I got nothing wrong with intraday trading, but I don't think there's anything wrong with holding a stock for a day or 2 days or a week. Or I mean, for me, as long as I'm willing to see returns, I mean, if I see returns and it's 10% and it's a week later, I'm going to take it. If it's 10 minutes later, I'm going to take it. So yeah, sometimes it's going to be an intraday trade. Sometimes it's going to be a day. Sometimes it's going to be a week. Sometimes it's going to be a month. I don't have to hold a stock for 2 years to see returns. That's why we use the indicators, right? To see momentum and news and different catalysts to ride momentum. But 2019 has been an incredible year where you could have bought Apple and within 1 year, you could have seen 100% returns. You wouldn't have to wait 2 years to see 100% returns on Apple. You could have done it in 2019. This is what I'm talking about. Taking advantage of the movement that's happening in the market and not putting all your eggs in one basket just in cannabis stocks, because you're better off putting your money in Apple than you are in any cannabis stock. That's a fact. That's a fact. So consider when you're putting your money into a stock, would Warren Buffett buy that stock? Are you buying Goldman Sachs? Are you buying TD Bank? Are you buying CIBC? Are you buying Visa, American Express, MasterCard? By the way, Visa, MasterCard, and American Express are great buys right now because it's the Christmas holidays and everybody's racking up their credit cards. Everybody's racking up their credit cards. It's a great time to buy Visa, MasterCard, American Express. I mean, it could not be more obvious. And as you could see last week, Visa's been running. Visa's been running. It's going to continue over the holidays because people are racking up those Visa bills, man. This is what I'm talking about, learning about what's happening on a global scale, which could affect that one single trade right now. Because Visa right now, we all know they're going to make a ton of money. So the stock's going to go up. So utilizing the fact that we know that Christmas is here, people are Christmas shopping, people are racking up their credit cards, they're racking up their Visa, they're racking up their MasterCard, they're racking up their American Express. They're racking up these tools. This is an opportunity as an investor to take advantage and make money on Visa, MasterCard, and American Express, as opposed to being the one on the other end that's paying them money. That's the beautiful thing about trading. As an investor, you don't have to buy that penny stock. You could buy Visa. You could buy MasterCard. You can buy American Express. You can buy Apple. You can buy Facebook. You can buy Tesla. There's a lot of stocks out there that we could buy. We can make money on, okay? So we need to diversify as a community and find many different ways to make money up, make money down, and stay away from the penny stocks. Because realistically, the penny stocks are just a lottery ticket. They're just a lottery ticket. So when you're investing in penny stocks, yeah, once in a while you're going to hit, but more times than not, you're going to lose. That's really what it comes down to with penny stocks. That's why they're penny stocks. That's why they're penny stocks. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, be careful when you invest in anything under $1. Anything under $1 is super risky. Anything under a penny is, you might as well just consider your money lost. I'm not saying you can't win. There's people within our community, people in here right now that make money on penny stocks every day. I'm just saying those people know that when they're investing in penny stocks, they can lose whatever they invested, right? Kyle Cushion Trader says, right now, all my apples are in cannabis stocks. As soon as I profit with the resurrection, I will definitely diversify. Well, the thing you have to understand about cannabis stocks is this sector is extremely volatile and very risky because we're dealing with a sector that is brand new, being legalized, being regulated by governments. It's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take blood, sweat, and tears for this industry to grow. It will grow. But not every company out of the 440 cannabis companies that are out there are going to be winners. And not every company is going to become profitable. And not every company is going to be good for investors. So when we're investing in these early stage companies, trying to find the next Amazon, trying to find the next Apple, trying to find the next Facebook, trying to find the next Visa of cannabis stocks, remember that right now we're in such an early stage that nobody really truly knows who's going to be those companies because we're still so early in the game. We're so early in the game. Everything is a risk. So when you're putting your money in the markets, think about it like, do you want to put your money on a horse that has never won? Or do you want to put your money on a horse that wins all the time? Apple is the horse that wins all the time. Facebook is the horse that wins all the time. Tesla is the horse that wins all the time. Visa is the horse that wins all the time. MasterCard is the horse that wins all the time. American Express is the horse that wins all the time. So you want to bet on a winning horse because it gives you a better chance to win. When you're investing in companies that don't make money, there's always a risk that they're going to go down because the market makers know they're not making money. And because the market makers know they're not making money, the market makers are going to short them down. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. There's nothing anyone can do about it. So the market melt-up is here. 2019 has been a dream. If 2019 was a nightmare, it's probably because you put too much of your eggs in the cannabis basket. I'm going to blame myself for making that mistake. I wish I could go back in time and have invested more and more heavily in companies like Apple. I could have just doubled my money by buying Apple. How easy would have that been? Let me just buy one of the biggest companies with the largest market caps in the world that they're getting into 5G and the stock's going up every day. Let me just buy them, sit back and double my money. That's all it would have took. Instead of putting all this time and all this effort into cannabis stocks, which may or may not in the end pay off big, but in the short term in 2019, it has sucked for investors over the last 8 to 9 months. I know because I talk to them every single day. So I believe we need to learn from this and evolve and become better traders, more well-educated on the broader markets and invest in everything and invest in the best and keep our eye on cannabis always have our thumb on the pulse of cannabis, but also I want to be making money with Apple. I want to be making money with Visa. I want to be making money with American Express. Why not? If we can, why wouldn't we? So we should. And that is going to be the evolution of the Rich TV Live community in 2020, which I'm really excited about. And it doesn't mean that I'm going to focus less or talk less or invest less in cannabis stocks. It just means that I am going to be investing more into other sectors because what I've already invested in cannabis, I've invested in cannabis. I haven't sold anything and I don't plan to. What I plan to do is just accumulate more assets, but I want to accumulate more gold, silver, Bitcoin, Apple, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Facebook, Goldman Sachs, Tesla. I want them all. You know, I'm greedy. I want them all. There's about 15,000 companies that we can invest in. So we need to choose the absolute best. And if we're going to invest in the cannabis sector, we need to choose the absolute best in the cannabis sector. Anything that is not considered the best, that could be considered risky, we need to put a red flag beside it. And we have to recognize what the risks associated to investing in those companies are. Because at the end of the day, if companies are not making money, they're always going to be considered risky. That's just a fact. Franco says, they say if you buy Kronos today, you are buying baby Altria, who is a huge, huge, huge company. Buy the best because the best is blessed. Upswing Trading says, Canopy will finish the year over $35 in my opinion. This year? Yeah, that's a possibility. Infinite Possibility says, when you first started this show, did you only want to invest in cannabis? No. No. But the thing is, over time, I've gotten so deeply involved, so rooted in the cannabis sector that I was blinded and I started focusing solely on cannabis stocks, which was a mistake. And I've learned from it, and now I'm diversifying. Ramdad says, hold gold to protect yourself from inflation. Yeah, gold is always a safe play. It's a safe haven. Yeah, I like Kronos, but the thing is we have to be careful with Kronos because Kronos is another company that's lacking in profit. Mind you, they've got billions behind them. So despite the fact they're lacking in revenue, in real revenue that they're creating, they do have billions behind them, which obviously is something that very few companies have, which makes them very powerful. Thank you, Akabud. Ross Fleming says, would you consider TrueLeaf and Curaleaf risky? I think every stock in the cannabis sector is risky. I think every stock is risky, first and foremost. I do like TrueLeaf a lot. I think they're probably one of the best in America right now, one of the best in the world to buy. Not saying you should buy them at these prices. I just think that if you want to win in your account, you need to accumulate TrueLeaf. I'd like to accumulate them around $10. Obviously, they're not at that price. They've gone up quite a bit since I've been talking about them as my number one pick 4 of the last 5 months. And they've been going up as advertised. So, I wouldn't buy them at this second. I would like to see a little pullback. I just don't know when it's going to come because they keep getting bigger and better. And Curaleaf, I really like. I do consider Curaleaf a buy at these levels. And I think Curaleaf goes way higher. I think Curaleaf goes to $20. Upswing Trading says Canopy has too much cash on hand and too many assets to fail. Yeah, this year. Yeah, I think Canopy's way too big to fail. I've been saying that since 2017. Been calling them a number one pick since 2017. Been calling them the LeBron James of the cannabis sector since 2017. They've got Drake. They've got Martha Stewart. They've got Snoop Dogg. They got Seth Rogen. Yeah, we know they're not going anywhere, obviously. And they've got a $1 billion partner. And now they've got a new CEO. So clearly Canopy Growth is going to do well. As far as $35 by the end of this year in 2 weeks, I have no idea if that happens. I just believe that the resurrection's already started. I believe it started November 18th. If you look at the charts, you will actually see that on November 18th, we hit the bottom. We've already started to come up from there. And I believe we're going to go up a multiple from here, in my opinion. Infinite Possibility says Kronos will be a giant. I agree. I mean, they got the $1 billion behind them, right? Kyle Christian Trader says, I still think around end of January, February 2020, cannabis stocks will explode. But you're right, Rich. We are still early in the game, but the future in cannabis, and that I'm sure. Oh, yeah, there's going to be a great future in cannabis, but remember, it's still early, guys. The big institutions are not even involved yet. They're not even involved. Michael Clark says, hey, Rich, I know you can't advise people to invest. I have a question. If you had 10 G's and you can invest in one stock looking for a nice return in the next year, what would it be? Whew. It's a tough question. I'd probably say right now, Valens Growworks. I'm just throwing that name out there because I like them. And it's one that I'm really thinking about positioning myself in. But that's all I'm going to say. Ikabad says, cannabis stocks will be epic in 2020. I hope so, man. We need it. We've been patient. We need it. Infinite Possibility says, that's good, Rich. If you learn, you grow. It's true. We got to keep learning, man. We all do. Jessica says, hi, my friend. Look at MedMan, Harvest, and Aurora. Oh, I watch them every day. Ramdad says, if you want to make money, look at the US MSOs, revenues, and profit. Yeah, it's not a bad advice there at all. Trulieve has a very profitable model. I agree. Franco says, Rich, Cyberworld became a millionaire in MJ stocks, but is not today because he kept holding. Why hold when you made $1 million on a sector? Is that greed? Hey, listen, man, the guy made $1 million. I got to give him credit for that. You know, the fact that he's losing, that's part of the market. You know, I wish him the best. I don't want anyone to lose in the markets. And I'm not here to laugh at anyone for losing, because I know the markets are very difficult and they'll humble you. They'll humble anybody. So he's not the first one to lose $1 million, and he won't be the last one to lose $1 million. He won't be the last one to make $1 million. That's just the markets. I mean, people win and lose billions every day. So yeah, that's the markets. That's just the way it goes. And we all get humbled in the markets. Kronos is also too big to fail. I agree. The question of Kronos is, what's the bottom? I agree with you. I like Kronos a lot, but what's the bottom? Let's find the bottom. Ramdad says, you will see Ianthus skyrocket next year. I think we need to see Ianthus get profitable, but I'm not disagreeing with you. I like them too. MedMan coming to Canada. Stay tuned. Yeah, I heard that through Kronos Group. Ross Fleming says, Valens over MetaPharm Labs. Yeah, there's something about Valens. I just think that they've got a chance to do something very special. And same with MetaPharm Labs. I think they both go to $10. It's just that Valens is lower. So I think Valens could go up more. There's a chance. Because, I mean, MetaPharm Labs went up more this year. Maybe next year Valens goes up more than MetaPharm, but I think they both have a chance to go to $10. Jay says, where's ACB headed? I think ACB is going to $10. I think it's going to $10. That's just me. If you buy now, you have a chance to double your money, triple your money. Nothing wrong with that. Mr. Bays 420 says, article just came out on Bazinga about Uruguay making cannabis more accessible. ACB is blessed. Yeah, I think ACB is blessed. I think these prices for ACB are a gift. Jessica says 2020 for sure, the best resurrection. It's coming. It's coming. Wendy says the trouble, as far as I can see, with buying Visa, MasterCard, they are US stocks, and the dollar difference for us Canadians, like 35%. But you have to recognize that they just do a conversion, and then if they go up, and then when you sell, you get the same conversion back. So you're not really losing anything. Don't be afraid because of that. If that's your concern, don't make that your concern. Ramdad says, first quarter 2020, Ianthus be positive. That would be nice. Infinite Possibility says, I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that the rich hid their money in corporations. They do. They all do. Pay less taxes in corporations. Michael Clark says, with Canopy Growth opening stores and having big endorsement and drinks, do you think they will turn profit in 2020? No. I think Canopy Growth will most likely turn a profit. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but from what I've heard, they won't be profitable until 2021. But I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Jessica says, I have some Suniva shares. What do you think? Yeah, Suniva's been one of the biggest disappointments of 2019. I own shares too. They've been decimated. They're having money issues. They're getting lawsuits. They can't build their facilities because the landlord is canceling their contract. I mean, it's been a nightmare. They're a nightmare. So I'm not happy about it. I wouldn't be surprised if they go bankrupt. I hope they don't. I hope they get saved, but I would not be surprised if they go bankrupt. They're in over their heads, and it's a bad situation. It really is. And it's been a bad investment. It's been a bad investment. One of my worst investments of 2019. And I put in a lot of money, so it wasn't a good investment. Franco says, Rich, Cannabis 2.0 starts tomorrow and no big news from anyone or any product launches. I believe no one is ready. No, people are ready. Believe me, products will be on the shelves as of Tuesday. Guaranteed. And you're going to see the news will flow and it'll start tomorrow. You'll see. Tomorrow you guys are going to wake up and there's going to be a flood of news. Watch. Just watch. Wendy says, okay, honey, XOXO. Isa Rain says, who is going bankrupt? I think that Suniva has a chance of going bankrupt. And this is coming directly from friends of mine that have invested heavily, millions into the company. 514 Savage says, if you like Apple, you will like SWKS and KRUS stock. I know SWKS is going to be doing really well. I know that they're involved in 5G. CRUS, I'm not familiar with. Let me add CRUS to my phone. I like to watch all you guys' picks, man. If you guys have any picks that are new, anything good, let me know. I add them into Webull. I like the Webull app, despite the fact I can't set up an account. I like the fact that I've got a free app that I can use to just add stocks to my watch list. CRUS. Cirrus Logic, $77. Wow, up 108% in the last year. I like that pick. I like that pick. Scott Norris says, conversing from Maui back tomorrow. Let's have a bull run tomorrow. Smash that like. Hi, Rich. Aloha. Hey, Scott, man, have fun, man. Enjoy your trip. Mr. Bay says, do you think it's possible that the cannabis market could be breaking its correlation to the S&P? I think it's possible, but I also think that the S&P 500 is going to go on a bull run like it has in 2019. I think it's going to be a market melt up in 2020, and I think cannabis stocks will go up just like the S&P. So I think they're both going to go up in 2020. I really do. And it's not just me that thinks that. There's quite a few people think that. Infinite Possibility says, what would you say if someone told you that cannabis stocks won't go up anymore? I think that they're smoking some bad stuff. Isa Rain says, Altria is a good pick right now, way undervalued. Dawn says, that's the main thing is the lawsuits right now. Yeah, we're flooded with lawsuits. It's the shorter's tactic. That's why I've been talking about it in music for years, guys. If you haven't noticed, we talk about it in our music. Why is FSD Pharma halted? You know what? I didn't even know it was halted. Must be some big news. Jessica says, God bless. Also bad investment. Everything is for good. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to learn, right? Definitely got to learn the hard way sometimes on the stock market. It's very humbling. Isa Rain says 6% dividend and great price to earning ratio. Great. Avon, yo, shout out to Avon. How you doing, bro? Avon's been making songs for us, man. Franco, I agree, or the companies just have not gotten to the point where they're thinking about the consumer as far as brands. But like Rich said, the products will be on the shelves. They will be. Why wouldn't they be? It's official. Why would you hold them? Some people have announced they're going to hold them, but a lot of them will be out. Wendy says, just love you, Rich, like my son. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate you. That means a lot. Infinite Possibility says, do you think Pasha and Believe will go bankrupt? I don't think they will, but you never know. I hope they don't. Yeah, DYME has been having some serious issues. All right, guys. Just wanted to tell you guys the market melt-up's coming. I'm going to a Christmas party right now. I'm just kind of like dressed down because I don't feel like wearing a suit today. But I'm going to make a bunch of videos. I'm going to take my video camera, I'm going to take my phone, and I'm going to be doing what I do. I'm going to be networking. I got my business cards in my pocket. I'm going to be putting Rich TV Live everywhere. There's 200 people in the room, and I want them all to subscribe. So I'm going to try to get on stage. I'm going to try to let them know about the Rich TV Live revolution. And I'll be making some trades too on my phone, having some fun, making some money. All you can eat buffet, Indian food. I love my, tandoori chicken and garlic naan and butter chicken and dinner, dancing, some drinks, probably be some cannabis in the room, I'm assuming. So I'll try to see if I can make you guys some videos. If I can, I'll share them with you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Have yourselves a great evening. Have a great night. If you're not winning, you're not watching. We've been doing this since 2017. Correctly predicted more winners than anybody else. Zoomaway Travel, guys, been one of our best picks of 2019. Zoomaway Travel. I don't know what else to say, man. I love them. Honestly love them. They've been a huge winner for our community in 2019. All we need is one pick to turn around our portfolio. ZoomAway Travel has been up as much as 700% for our members, and we brought it to the world first. Nobody even knew who ZoomAway was a few months ago. Now everybody's talking about ZoomAway Travel, and we brought it to you first at less than 2 cents. It went to 14.5. It's now at 10.5. And I'm not saying you buy it at 10.5. If you can get it at 5 cents, 7 cents, get as low as possible. But I have a feeling that stock's going to go for a ride. Remember where you heard it first, okay? Diversify, diversify, diversify. Bitcoin, 5G, cannabis stocks, ZoomAway Travel, Solo. I brought you guys Solo last week first. They went up after I brought my video. All we do is bring you winners. Oh, I also brought you Meta first. They've been up 50% since my video too. So Meta up 50% in 2 weeks since my video. Solo brought you last Monday, went up over 30% since my video. I'm predicting Bitcoin, top cannabis stocks. If you want to know which cannabis stocks I think have a chance to explode, IIPR, I think has a chance to be a 10x. TDOC has another chance to be a 10x. This is from some of my sources on Wall Street. Big boys with big toys, okay? All right. Avon, since you're here, brother, I'm going to give a shout out to Avon. Avon made me a song today, guys. I want to play it for you guys. This guy's a beast, man. I love the community, man, because the community is just changing the game, man. Community is changing the game. Check this one out. Let's hear this one. Let's hear this one. We'll go out in style. And then I'll broadcast from the party. There'll be a dance floor. There'll be all kinds of things going on. Be a big party. Let's see here. This is called The Rich Millennial.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Rich Millennial. Let us stimulate your mental. Rich Millennial.
Avon, shout out to you, Avon.
Rich Millennial. Let us stimulate your mental. 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 Let us stimulate your mental. Rich Millennial. 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 Let us stimulate your mental.
Thank you, Avon. My respect, brother. Thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. Hit subscribe. It's your boy Rich from Rich to Be Live. If you're not winning, you're not watching. Shout out to Avon. Shout out to all you guys. Have a great week. The market melt up is coming. You can book it. I'm out. Peace. I'll be at the Christmas party. I'll be partying. What are you doing right now? Are you partying? I'm gonna go party. I'm out. Peace.
Millennial. Let us stimulate your mental. Rich Millennial. Let us stimulate your mental. Rich Millennial. Let us stimulate